Hello and welcome to the Motorway Man, and welcome to another video. On today's show I'll be telling you and giving you my guide to the wonderful city of York. York's one of my favourite cities and I usually have a nice time when I visit there. So on today's show, an episode of the Motorway Man, we'll be looking at the wonderful city of York. And as always, a few basic facts to get us going. So York's full name is the City of York. It was founded in 71 AD by the Romans. It has a population of 146,000 people. It's located in North Yorkshire, in the Yorkshire and the Humber region of England, and of course you can get to it from the major roads, the A1M and the A64. And as always, we'll start off with the history. So, like I said, York was originally founded in 79 AD by the Romans. In fact, one of Rome's greatest emperors, probably their greatest emperor of all time, Emperor Constantine I, he was actually proclaimed Roman emperor here. You can see his statue outside the cathedral. After the Romans moved out, the Vikings came and they were very famous here. They took over most of York and conquered it. After then, the Normans had the go of conquering York, and then it kind of shifted into its modern form that we see today. So, like usual, I'll be telling you my top 5 things to do while we're here. And coming in at number 1, probably the most famous building in all of the city of York, is York Minster. York Minster is the cathedral for the city, and not only that, it's one of the biggest cathedrals anywhere in England, and one of the biggest cathedrals anywhere in the world as well. York Minster is the seat of the Archbishop of York, who remains one of the highest ranking people in the country still to this day. York Minster is a great building to go in and walk around, but be warned, they do charge you quite a bit to even go in the cathedral. So sure, I best let you know that one. But yeah, York Minster, great building, and it's great to go in and have a look around. Now, as well as the cathedral, York is also famous for its walls. Now, the walls go around the majority of the city, but be warned, because most of the time, the walls only have one side to them. So, say you were to fall off the other side, well, sometimes there can be a bit of a drop. But if you're not as afraid of heights or anything, sometimes you can get quite a nice view, and you can see nice architecture along the wall gates and things of that nature. Coming in at number 3, another famous of York's attractions is the National Railway Museum. Now, if you're a train enthusiast, there's some really cool stuff here, and even if you're not, it houses some of the most famous steam trains in the world, such as the Mallard or the Duchess of Hamilton, as well as other more modern trains as well. So yeah, the National Railway Museum, great place for enthusiasts to go and look around. They have hundreds of trains, modern and old, and it's a great place to walk around and explore. Coming in at number 4, I suggest you take a walk or a boat ride along the wonderful River Ouse. Now, as you guys know by now, if you've been following the channel for a while, the Motorway Man does like a nice river, and the River Ouse is a wonderful river. It goes all the way through the middle of York. I've been on a boat ride up the river, or you can walk alongside it. It's entirely up to you. The river itself is 52 miles long, and it's a great river to walk up and down. And finally, the last thing I have to say is, why don't you, for number 5, take a walk along the Shambles. Now, the Shambles is probably the most famous street in York, probably one of the most famous streets in the world, actually. The Shambles consist of mostly Tudor buildings, however, do be warned that it's always really packed and busy. I mean, whoever took this picture went on a really quiet day, so if you do prefer something a bit quieter, I suggest as your 5th attraction, you visit York Castle, because that's always pretty quiet. But yeah, the Shambles, the most famous road in all of York, and probably one of the most famous shopping streets anywhere in the world. So, if you've decided that York's the city for you, then that's great, because here's the Motorway Man's travel advice. So, as I said at the commencement of the episode, the A1M is the nearest major motorway to York, and it's pretty easily accessible from there. So if you're on the A1M heading southbound, you should use junction 44 and take the second exit A64 towards York. You then follow the A64 and follow all the road signs to York, and then you have a choice. Then you can either use the A19 or the A1036 to drive into the city centre. Also, if you're arriving via the northbound, again you use junction 44, but this time you'll want to keep right on the slip road, head towards the A64 and head towards York. You follow that road all the way to York, and then again you get the choice of either to use the A19 or the A1036 to drive into the city centre. The choice is entirely up to you. And again, like always guys, if you do need to reread that information, feel free to pause it. And also, if you are arriving by public transport, I've got you covered there, because all the public transport information you'll need to get to York is on the screen for you. So of course we have the airports, Teesside International or Leeds Bradford Airport. We have the bus stations. York Piccadilly is the main one, but Station Road bus station is also a main terminus. The train station is served by one big one, and that's York. Sea travellers can arrive by the river, for example a canal boat or a speedboat or yacht, something like that. And of course we do have the major roads of the A1M, the A64, the A1237, the A59, the A19, the A166, and of course we have the minor roads, the A1079, the A1036, the B1222, the B363, and finally the B1224. So there you have it guys, that is everything that you need to know when you come here to the wonderful city of York. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, I do appreciate your time as always. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you found it helpful or you just liked it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel as well, I'd really appreciate that. I'd like to say thank you to all my new subscribers recently, it's very kind of you all. But yeah, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. Check out my other videos, check out my playlist City and Town Tours if you're interested in other towns and cities across the UK. Well until then, have a great rest of your day. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, have an amazing day, and goodbye.